Thank you for joining us. After another weekend of sadness and outrage in the United States, we had two more mass shootings, one on Saturday in El Paso, the other in Dayton Sunday morning. Horrible, senseless tragedies again, with many lives lost. And again, our leaders in one party in particular are offering not much more than their thoughts and their prayers. And, you know, I was thinking and praying about it, and both parties say one thing, that we're too divided. And this is something we hear a lot, that we need to find something we can agree on. Well, here's something we can agree on. Too many people are being shot with high-powered weapons. I think we agree on that. And we agree on this, too. They did a poll last year. 97% of gun owners, these are gun owners, support universal background checks. 97%. That's unheard of. You could ask people, is ice cream delicious, and not get 97%. But the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, this evil, soulless old creep, won't even allow the Senate to vote on a bipartisan bill to require background checks for gun purchases at gun shows. There are two bills, each written by Democrats and Republicans together, because background checks, something we agree on. These bills, the bills passed in the House in February, and to become law, we'd have to pass them in the Senate, too. But Mitch McConnell made sure the Senate couldn't even vote on them. He didn't bring them to the floor, and they left for recess. So tell Mitch McConnell we have some good news. Call him and tell him the good news is we agree on something for a change. We agree that he needs to drag his bony gray ass back into work to vote on these bills. Let's start with that thing that we all agree on and go from there, okay? It's unbelievable. Yesterday, 49 Republican members of Congress refused to go on CNN to talk about the shootings. Now, the cops in Dayton ran into the line of fire to stop the guy shooting. The politicians were too cowardly to go on cable television to talk about it. And meanwhile, this is what our president was busy with this weekend. This is not a joke. A$AP Rocky, released from prison and on his way home to the United States from Sweden. It was a rocky week. Get home ASAP, A$AP. Good one, Mr. President. You got that dollar sign in just the right spot. But back to the shootings in El Paso and Dayton.
We're talking to a lot of people, and a lot of things are in the works, and a lot of good things. And we have done much more than most administrations, and it's not really not talked about very much, but we've done actually a lot. But perhaps more has to be done.
Yeah, do more. That would be good, because whatever you've been doing doesn't seem to be going too great. He refuses to take any responsibility for any of this, but he did take the opportunity to point that little finger of blame at, you'll never guess who. The media has a big responsibility to life and safety in our country. Fake news has contributed greatly to the anger and rage that has built up over many years. News coverage has got to start being fair, balanced, and unbiased, or these terrible problems will only get worse. He blamed the fake news, and later he and some other Republicans blamed video games. And of course, there are zero studies that link video games to gun violence. And they play video games all over the world. This is the only place where this happens regularly. Video games have not been linked to gun violence, but you know what is linked to gun violence? Guns are linked to gun violence. The problem isn't fake news. It's real guns. Anyway, the president today tried his very best to be presidential. They even fired up the old teleprompter so Trump could finally come out against white supremacy and offer words of condolence to the people of Dayton, Ohio, which he calls Toledo.
May God bless the memory of those who perished in Toledo.
Yeah, nobody perished in Toledo. It was Dayton. They're different cities. And by the way, the word Toledo, if you'll see here, wasn't even in the teleprompter. Someone got this shot, and it clearly says Texas and Ohio. So nice work, Don Burgundy. You're doing great. And this really, I think maybe more than anything, gives you some insight into how much this man cares. 14 minutes after he tweeted about the shooting in El Paso on Saturday, he followed it up with a shout-out to you, UFC fighter. Fight hard tonight, Colby. You are a real champ. #MAGA. And like many Americans who've been repeatedly punched in the head, Colby Covington is a big Donald Trump supporter. And there's nothing Donald Trump loves more than people who love Donald Trump. And the other reason Trump was so interested in this fight is his sons, Eric and DJ TJ, were making an appearance there.
Well, a lot of celebrities and royalty in the house tonight. the Trump brothers, Donald Jr. and Eric, here this afternoon in support of Colby Covington.
Yeah, look at that. It's the douches of Hazard. Those guys are so cool. Just a couple of normal dudes who definitely know what to do with their hands and their faces.